God, I love this title screen. This is Bad Faith. This is a game I played the demo of on YouTube a while ago. And the full version came out. And I just... one reason or another, it just kind of fell through the cracks here. Can't let me in. Don't have... Get... There we go. Let's see, when was this actually released here? But... I was gonna say... Been ages. This is by Mado. Who... we might know from, Malviolence and Proto-Violence. The story of the boy Caution, and the rambunctious adventures and tragic upbringing. This, on the other hand, it's a story that takes place on a secluded island in a civilization known as the Haven, a very insular, religious sort of place. Very, very strict insular religious assembly here, where everyone gets brought together, like anyone who sins, commits crimes, or misdeeds of any sort, are brought before the Apologia Assembly and punished accordingly. Some people are completely expelled, some people are, just... well, punishments vary, but... alas. In the center here is Magda, who went through one herself, if memory serves me correctly. Went through a punishment herself way back in the day, so she's kind of on the outer edges of this society, and starting to wander in and of herself. And what she finds when she wanders is quite shocking. So, what do you think? Of my thumbnails, I mean. Hand it over to me and I'll take a look. Well, I think this composition is pretty strong. You've come a long way in just under a year, Magda. Really? Mm-hmm. With time and effort, you could turn this into a gorgeous piece. Thank you. That's, my favorite of the bunch, too. I was looking through some references in the studio and I found a pattern known as the Tree of Life. Thought it would be appropriate, since, the Haven is a sanctuary. I can definitely see that. Excellent choice of theme, Magda. One suggestion, though. Yes? You have to spread out where you put the words. If you do that, then the composition will guide your eyes like all across the tree, rather than to specific sections of it. I guess that makes sense. So are you ready to start working on your first solo piece? I'd be more than happy to... Maria? Magda. It's... assembly time. Right. Assembly time. Yeah. My name is Magda. Just Magda. I'm a girl. I'm 19 years old. I live in the Haven. It's a place on an island in the middle of a giant lake. Beyond the lake lie dangerous lands. There, people are corrupt. They kill. They steal. They plunder. They lust and poison and lie for the pettiest of reasons. In other words, they're insane. The Haven is different. Our leader, Lady Amaris, says that those who live here are pure of heart and mind. I'm very lucky. Instead of growing up in a decaying, violent world, I spend my days surrounded by beautiful forests and good people. Welcome to the stream. First thing we're gonna hear is kill. Yes. Anyways, how are you? How are you, Dark? I'm doing okay. We just, I was gonna say, just started the game anyway, so you didn't miss much. There's just one catch. We need to stay pure. If we don't, well, that's what the Apologia assemblies are for. You're just in time for the title card. Bad Faith. Visual novel by Mado. Doing okay, but extremely tired. Yeah, me too, honestly, but I had the time, and I figured I doubt I'd ever get the chance to start a stream this early during the week any other time, but, wait, I'm sorry, who did say made this Mado? The bell rings. An assembly is about to begin. Everyone is expected to come. It's a Haven-wide event, after all. And so me, Maria, and the other members of the art sect make our way to the assembly building. No. Mado, the creator of the Malviolence and Proto-Violence. Other really adorable and tragic visual novels. Usually assemblies don't bother Maria. But today, she looks really, really uncomfortable. Not because the assembly is about her, though. Maria's a sect head. She fosters a special level of trust with Lady Amaris and receives privileges for her loyalty. No, Maria dreads this assembly because this assembly will be about her best friend, Jael. Jael? Everyone knew that Jael would get into trouble sooner or later. Apparently, she shirked her duty as a member of the research sect. Instead of determining whether foreign books, movies, and art were safe for the Haven to see, Jael's curiosity betrayed her somehow. Dang sect censorship. I don't know much else, but since she's the center of today's assembly, she must have done something pretty terrible. Eventually, me and the rest of the art sect reached the assembly building. It's a tall, imposing structure, and one of the oldest buildings in the Haven. It sticks out like a jagged nail from the surrounding reeds. To be frank, I've grown to hate it. But to the Haven's members, assemblies are like swallowing cod liver oil. They're uncomfortable at the moment, but good for our minds overall. The entrance is crowded with girls from other sects. Like ants to an anthill, we all march in, single file. Once I get inside, I find a pew at the very back of the room to sit in. I don't really want front row seats for this. It's best for me to stay as quiet and hidden as possible. Looking around the hall, I spot Maria in a row adjacent to mine. Seems like she has the same idea. I hope she'll get out of this okay. Honk. Suddenly the speakers crackle overhead. There's 3 taps. Then, a familiar, cold voice comes through. Everyone, please settle down. The Apologia Assembly is about to begin. The room goes quiet. Everyone turns toward the voice's source, a chubby, bespectacled young woman. Without a discernible expression, she stands on the stage in the back of the room. The head of the research sect, Eve. Ugh. If she's leading this assembly, Jael's definitely going to have a rough time. Behind her stands Lady Amaris and a certain member of the writing sect. My body suddenly breaks out into a cold sweat. I look away. God, not her as well. Ugh. Both Eve and Saris on stage. This assembly is going to be brutal. Good. we have peace and quiet. Let's get right to the matter at hand. Jail of the research sect, if you could come to the stage, please. There's no response. With an impatient cough, Eve taps the microphone on the stage's podium. Tap tap. Jail, I'd appreciate it if you could make this easier for all of us. Don't make me use force. Another pause. Then, I hear footsteps. Everyone's eyes turn toward an average-looking redhead, reluctantly coming forward to the stage front. Ah. So that's what Jail looks like. This is the first time I've seen her. Aside from Eve, I don't know many members of the research sect. Oh. Once Jail makes her way onto the stage at the back of the room, Eve gives her a quick nod. Thank you for cooperating. Shall we begin? Jail doesn't respond. Instead, she gazes down at the wooden floor and frowns. I'll take that as a yes. Ahem. We are gathered here today to judge Jail of the research sect for the harm she has brought to our community. According to significant evidence, she smuggled illegal foreign media into the Haven. Books, illustrations, movies, all unvetted by her own research sect. All extremely dangerous in content. You get the idea. She did this, knowing full well that her actions could have caused her or her fellow Haven members to go insane. Insert that Shin Megami Tensei 4 clip of Merkaba saying that, oh, she has come in contact with the manga of this world. She's now unclean. Lady Amaris, what would you like to say about this? Miss Jail was led by her curiosity. When exercised with prudence, moderation, and in service to noble causes, curiosity is a beautiful virtue. Oh, did this take place in Florida? Yeah, that tracks. Yet unrestrained curiosity is a thing to be feared. Indeed, it could be called a dangerous excess. Jail fell prey to this untempered excess. Because of her curiosity, our entire community was put at risk. Naturally, we cannot behave leniently toward her. Wow. Thank you for your wise words, Lady Amaris. Before we continue, I'd also like to thank another member of the Haven for contributing vital evidence. Please show your appreciation for Ceres of the Writing Sect. This necessary assembly would not be possible without her loyalty and service to the Haven. Snitches! The audience bursts into applause as the woman behind Lady Amaris steps forward to take a bow. A tall blonde with a powerful frame. I try to ignore her by looking down at my lap. Compared to everyone else's loud claps, mine are small and nearly silent. Not clapping would raise suspicion against me. Thanks, everyone. I really appreciate the response here.
Oh, hi, Mark.
It took a lot of work unearthing this case. Behind the SCL. Hello, thank you for the follow. But I think the cat's out of the bag now. Don't approach me here. Never mind. You get out of here. Thank you kindly, Red. I think the cat's out of the bag now. You know, 'cause curiosity killed the cat and all. Curiosity killed the bot and all. Thank you kindly. There's a well-timed burst of laughter that followed Ceres' remark. Probably canned, to humor her. Anyhow, what are we going to do with this troublemaker, huh? Good question. We could make her clean the dorm bathrooms for a month with her toothbrush. We could force her to eat alone during mealtimes after everyone else has left. Or we could make her organize the research sect archives, like the ones that haven't been touched for 15 years. Behind the SEL brought forbidden media into the Twitch chat without being vetted by the research sect. Yes, they are now. Their punishment is banned. But then what would the point of this assembly be? She just put all of us in a lot of danger. It wouldn't be fair to just have her scrub a few toilets and let her off scot-free. I mean, foreign materials, tricky stuff. We introduce Ceres to archive of our. Indeed, it is red. So, the opposite of Florida, then. I mean, foreign materials, tricky stuff. We introduce Ceres to archive of our own, and she just explodes. If it hasn't been checked beforehand, you never know what it could do to your brain. And the stuff Jayla was hoarding, well, I saw it with my own eyes. It was real gross freak shit. Do you really want to keep someone like that in our community? Huh? I didn't think so. Okay, Ceres has already glimpsed archive of our own then. So, Jayla, let me tell you what's going to happen next. From here on out, you're no longer a member of the Haven. Are you implying that? Yes, Jayla. You'll be taken away. Well, wait, if that's the case, then what's going to happen to me? Where will I go now? Can I say goodbye to my friends? You're no longer part of the Haven. You don't deserve answers. Eve, if you could, right? No, please! 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 Maria! Maria! Help me! You're ahead too, aren't you? You can stop this! We're friends, right, Maria? Aren't we? Please! Impossible, you can't even glimpse at AO3 without losing your sanity. Like motion makes me look up from my lap. In the pew across from mine, Maria shifts her legs back and forth. She wants to intervene. I can tell. Adrian! But if after everything Jael did, intervening would put her in position as head into question. So in the end, she does nothing. All she can do is stare sadly as Jael continues to scream and wail in terror of her fate. Ceres grabs her from behind, twisting her flailing arms into a writhing arm lock. Distance Eve calmly brings a white tube to her lips and puffs her cheeks. Blow dart! Jesus. Jael stops screaming. She freezes. A red dart has just pricked her neck. Maybe this does take place in Florida. Her body goes limp. She falls to the floor unconscious. With the joint efforts of Ceres and Eve, Jael is dragged off stage. Once more, Lady Amara steps up to the podium. And so that concludes the assembly. Let this be a lesson to you all. Beware of unchecked temptation. You must now head back to your respective sects. Seek to continue your good work. Eve and I will take care of this matter from here. On command, everyone rises from their pews at once, and orderly lines of women begin to make their way out of the hall. What happens when you're taken away? Where do you go? What can you do? Some say that you're banished to the outside world with nothing but the clothes on your back. Others think of more frightening possibilities. Imprisonment, torture, execution. None of us know. Only the heads know the answer, but they are sworn to secrecy on the matter. Those who have been taken away know too, but they never come back to tell anyone. Assemblies are scary. Gotta go, Lamp is finishing Spirit of Justice. Okay, give Lamp the best. Every time they're held, they emphasize an important lesson. It's easy to do insane things in the Haven. It's also easy to be caught doing them. It's easy to find out how harshly you'll be punished for your slights. In other words, it's better not to do insane things at all. Once I did something insane. I was caught doing it, and an assembly was held. I was very nearly taken away. At the last moment, someone saved me. Because I was accused, most of the Haven doesn't trust me anymore. Any moment I feel like I'll be accused again. Whenever an assembly finishes, whenever another girl is tried and sentenced and taken away, I'm always relieved that I wasn't the one standing on that stage. After the assembly, everyone files out of the hall. I try to stay at the back of the crowd. Pushing through will get everyone else annoyed. After all of us have things to do. Well, most of us, actually. Maria told me that the arts sect members were excused for the rest of the day. Maria really cared for Jael. I can't imagine what she's feeling right now. Grief? Pain? Ah, my head's buzzing. I should go and do something to clear it. There's a dense wood nearby. One that has a ring path with lovely views and comforting scenery. A pleasant place where you can forget anything terrible. I've decided I'll walk it till sunset. That's what I usually do after a stressful assembly. As always, the trees are beautiful. The shade on the ground reveals only dappled patches of sunlight, slipping through the lacework of leaves spread broadly over the canopy. The wet and earthy smell of the soil, the sounds of a gentle breeze rustling, branches brimming with flowers and fruits. Faraway chorus of songbirds. Whenever I'm surrounded by these sensations, I feel at ease. For a moment, I can believe that the Haven is truly paradise. I walk along one of the many pleasure trails that branch off from the ring path, all painstakingly designed by the architectural sect. They're fairly short, but they always have enjoyable views. I look hard enough through the trees I can see some of the Haven buildings. Can't tell which ones, though. But eventually the trail comes to a stop. A little white picket gate marks its end and the beginnings of the outside. Most Haven members aren't allowed to travel outside. As far as I know, only Lady Morris and the sect heads can go past the barrier. I'm not sure why. I've heard that some more daring people have gone outside before. Apparently there wasn't much to see. Maybe it's a safety thing to discourage people from leaving the island. But there really isn't much reason to go beyond the island to begin with. All that lies in wait are insane lands filled with insane people. I don't know. Anyway, the punishment for wandering out here isn't too strict. If you're caught beyond the gate, you're usually warned or assigned minor chores like sweeping the dorms. So all that said, I don't think it hurt for me to go off to the beaten path a little. Take this walk a little further than normal. Since most people are wary around me, I wouldn't wander far enough to get into serious trouble with anyone who might see me. Besides, I'm not interested in leaving the Haven. It's the only home I know. Yeah. This is fine. This will just be a little journey to clear my head. If I'm careful, I can satisfy my curiosity safely. I make my way to the gate. I prise it open with a rusty creak and step through. With the quiet click of the gate snapping shut behind me, I begin my journey outside. Everything is fine. What's a little trespassing excursion to clear the head? Yeah, what they said was right. There's not much about outside that's different from the rest of the forest. The wet and earthy smell of the soil. The sounds of a gentle breeze rustling. Branches brimming with flowers and fruits. The faraway chorus of songbirds. I sense all the same things again and again and again and again, no matter how far I go. Well, I guess I should have expected this. This seems pretty in line with what the more daring members of the Haven have said. Maybe outside is just symbolic. A way to keep us all in check. Honestly, I've got no idea about what goes on in Lady Morris's head. Wait, hold on. What was that? Out of the corner of my eye, I catch a glimpse of something in the distance. I turn around. At this distance, I can't make out what the something is. What I can see, it looks gray and cubical in shape. Wonder what it is. A rock formation? A sculpture? A monument. Whatever it is, it intrigues me. I don't think it'll hurt for me to check it out. I leave the path entirely, step into the underbrush, and make a beeline toward the mysterious object in the distance. That's my kind of view. Whenever I'm out walking and I see something strange and unusual, I approach it. Yeah, companion cube. It's a giant companion cube. It's friend-shaped, Dark. As I approach, I realize that this isn't just any object. It's a building. An unusual building. I've never seen one like this before. Back in the Haven, most of the buildings are made out of wood. This building seems to be made out of some hard gray material. Maybe I could go a little closer, find out a little more. If I'm caught, I won't get into too much trouble, right? I'll say I was just taking a look at something strange and new. Then I'll swear never to go here again. It'll be a quick peek, and then I'll go home. Yeah, just a quick peek. Nothing wrong with that. Up close, the gray material seems to have all sorts of bumps and cracks. I don't recognize it at all. I glide my hand against the material. Touching the bumps and indents on its surface is strangely soothing. Friendly concrete. With small steps, I slowly make my way around the building while tracing my hand across its walls. The walls don't seem very different from each other, apart from the placement of small moss patches on them and the shapes of various fine cracks across them. And then I get to the fourth wall. There's a doorway there, at the very end. I pause for a moment, to look around. No one is observing me in the woods. No one is coming out of the building. I am still completely alone. Completely alone to explore the building freely. I approach the doorway carefully to investigate further. The door is wide open. If I lean my body forward, I can see what the building is like inside. I crane my neck forward to take a peek into the room within. Stairs. From the limited amount of light, I can see that the building's insides are ruined. The room is barren. No furniture. No lighting. Not even a proper floor. All empty except for a single banister and some stairs. A staircase leading down into the earth. But a staircase to where? What else might be in this building? What lies at the bottom? I can't believe I've never found this place before. It's so weird and fascinating. I just want to... No, wait! Magda, you're outside. You'll get into trouble if someone finds you here. If it's inside this building. Building no one knows about in an off-limits area. I get taken away this time. You don't want to be taken away, do you? For the past year, you've been trying to be a good girl. Why ruin what little reputation you have left now? Thought that was significantly more MC Escher at first. Yeah. To someone who has not seen this before, it probably does come across as something really bad might be in there. Yeah, just to someone who's never seen anything like this before? It probably does kind of blend together in that sort of surreal kind of way. I don't know. But one peek wouldn't hurt, right? Yeah. I'll just go and explore this place for a bit, and then leave. My curiosity will be satisfied, and I'll return to my normal life, and I'll pretend that this building never existed. I sense that someone's nearby. I'll dash out of here as soon as possible. Right. Sounds like a decent plan to me. Let's go. With the goal of knowing what little more under my belt, I make my way into the building. The room inside is dark, empty, and derelict. There's nothing here to be found. Besides the light streaming in from outside and the staircase leading to the lower floor. Nothing to see and nothing to do upstairs. I take the staircase down. As I descend, I tread lightly, making sure my footsteps don't echo through the building. A few minutes pass, and then I arrive at the floor below. The room that lies here is smaller and dimly lit by a single row of fluorescent lights. They catch my eye. Fluorescent lights are unusual. Back in the Haven, most of us light our nights using beeswax candles from the community apiary. It's also quite curious that they live like this, but she knows what this is. Only sect buildings use fluorescent lights. Oh, okay, never mind. Other than the lights, this room is as empty as the one above it. The staircase still goes down further. If I go a little deeper, will I find something else? What could go wrong? The rooms beneath the second one, are largely the same. Small spaces with fluorescent lights. Some have steel cabinets. Others have doors. All of them are completely empty. I don't touch any of the doors. Of course, a part of me itched to open them, but I want to reach the bottom of the building first. As I go deeper and deeper, my mind frets. Need to find what I'm looking for and leave. Can't get caught. But what are you looking for? She doesn't know. Eventually I make it to the bottom of the staircase. I look around the clearing. The deepest room in the building is similar to the rooms on the floors above it. It stands empty. Yet another strip of fluorescent lights runs along its otherwise plain ceiling. All that's different is a pair of heavy metal doors in front of me. Well, I came all the way down here. I can just take a quick peek inside. It won't hurt. I can handle this. If something goes wrong, I'll just run for my life. That way I won't get in trouble again. I'm sure of it. Yeah, I just need to keep my wits about me. Muttering reassurances to myself in my head, I move forward and push the doors open. Inside. It's pitch black. Girl, even if you're leaving, that's a lot of stairs to go up. Yeah, good. There's definitely no one here. Yet in the dark, a loud humming sound resonates from within the room. Wonder where it's coming from. Maybe a light would help me. I bring one of my hands to the underside of my dress and search for my hidden pocket. I carry daily necessities such as snacks or medicine. Most members of the Haven use the hidden pocket of their uniform dress. My pocket always holds a candle dish, a candlestick, and a little matchbox. With some fumbling, I slot the candlestick into the little holding spike at the dish's center. Then, taking the handle of the dish between my teeth, I open the matchbox and strike a match on the box's side. The match's amber glow brightens the room a little. I'm too focused on lighting my candle to see what the light reveals. Move the handle from my mouth and bring the match head to the candle's wick. Ah, that's a lot better. Now what do we have here? Get ready. On my left is a desk filled with test tubes. A rack of scary-looking metal instruments. Stacks of sheets covered in cramped scrawls of unreadable handwriting. A winding mass of cables. To my right, there's diagrams. A shelf filled with heavily labeled books. More cables mirroring the arrangements on the right. And in front of me, there's a giant machine there. I'm not sure what it's for. When I walk a little closer to it, I notice that the loud humming is coming from its insides. Blue light emits from the screens below the machine. Guess I was wrong about the lab being pitch black. Better snuff my candle. That's not what shocks me. Strapped to the machine is someone I've never seen before. I don't even know if someone is the right word. They don't look human at all. Their head hangs low. They don't seem conscious. Their body is covered in wires just jutting in and out of their body. I stand on my heels to get a better look. Most of the wires are attached to their back. I move even closer. Curly, golden hair gleams in the blue light underneath. White wings hang from where their ears should be. Bloody bandages cover their long, lean frame. They're beautiful. Girl, they're suffering. They remind me of beings I'd seen in picture books back when I was little. Beautiful winged beings that stopped wars, helped the sick, and brought wisdom to humanity. What were they called again? It's right at the tip of my tongue. Angel? Suddenly I hear the echoes of footsteps. I don't chatter. Both coming from the other side of the room. I flinch. Crap. Need to get out of here. Run toward the stairs. Frantically, I try to stuff my candle dish back into my pocket. As I leave, I think I see something. Hello? The being's head tilts. A glint of red from their eyes meets mine. And their mouth, caked in dried blood and hundreds of tiny cuts, begins to twist upwards. They're grinning at me. No. No. It's just a trick of my mind. I have to go, now. Girl, run. Girl, danger. I run up the many flights of stairs. My legs ache, my breathing sharp, my footsteps echo loudly through the building. I no longer care about the noise. Right now I can't get caught. 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 Repeat this in my head again and again and again, as if saying it enough times will protect me from being discovered. Can't get caught. Can't get caught. I can get out of here. I reach the uppermost floor. Then I burst through the entrance. But even then, even out in the relative safety of the woods, I don't stop running. They could still catch me here. I can't get caught. I don't stop running until I'm far away from the building. Until I'm past the gate. Until I'm back at the start of the forest trail. Until I'm right back where I started, right next to the assembly building. My back bows with exhaustion. Muscles are screaming. My lungs heave in and out. Sweat drips from my forehead from the nape of my neck, my arms, and onto the yellow-brown grass below. But I made it. I'm here. I'm safe. Can't get caught. That was what I told myself over and over and over again. In the end, I stand at the haven grounds once again. Uncaught. Unnoticed. Unscathed. For now. I'm not going back. Won't go back. It's way too close. My curiosity nearly got the better of me. I really nearly went insane. God, I'm so tired. I'll just slowly head back home. By the time I reach the dorm building, it's already night. Thanks to the candles lighting the paths outside, I found my way back. With some force, I open the door and step into the common room. On a nearby couch, 2 Haven residents are chatting with each other. They don't notice my entrance. Ah, whatever. If I loitered around here, they'll notice that and give me weird looks. Better to head back to my room. Past the common room is a long corridor, with many doors on each side of its walls. Behind each door is a standard Haven dorm, where members go to sleep. Lady Amara's and the sect heads have a separate living space for the evenings. That's why we never see them once the day's over. Slowly I make my way down the hallway. The wall that comes to greet me at its end has only one single door. On its front a simple wooden plate reads, Room 108. My room. To get inside I only need to turn the doorknob and push. In Haven we have an honor code. Members are expected to follow Lady Amaris' rules. We can't enter dorms without the owner's explicit permissions. Nor can we take others' private belongings without good reason to do so. If we break the rules, we're punished accordingly. Polishing all the dining hall tables, sorting piles of documents for the research sect, or dealing with everyone's dorm room trash for a week are among the better penalties for minor offenses. At worst, a culprit is made the center of an assembly. Aha, so the assembly is a whole other tier of punishment, which has its own range of punishments stemming from it. Think about it, that logic in itself has to be why Sarah said what she said in Jail's assembly. Remember, what she went through and said was pretty much, we could make her scrub all the floors in Hyrule. Then we will talk about mercy. And then she followed it up with, but then what would be the point of the assembly? Anyway, sticking to the rules is better for everyone. Once I twist the doorknob, room 108's door cracks open with a squeak. Make my way into the room. Ah, Grace isn't back yet. It's sad to not see her, but I expected this. Lately she's been working until 9 p.m. at night. The architectural sect loves to keep her busy. She must be working on something important. Grace is really organized, so I'm sure she'll do a nice job. Make my way to the small bookshelf in the center of our room. Carefully I brush my fingertips over the spines of the lined-up books. Fairy tales, self-help guides, and Haven-made novellas are all passed over in quick succession. Finally, I stop at one spine, white with black lines, carefully tucked into a hard-to-see spot. With a little tug, the book is eased out of its niche. I stand on my toes to take a ballpoint pen from a glass jar on the top of the shelf. Then I sit down on my bed and canopied by the tidy, empty bunk above it. Then the dorms, bunk beds are the standard sleeping arrangement. People first pair up with their roommates. Picking bunks is a traditional Haven housewarming ritual. I don't remember how Grace and I became roommates, but I do know that we picked bunks through a game of rock, paper, scissors. I wanted the top bunk. Guess what the outcome was? Anyways, I opened the book to a blank page and uncapped my pen. Ah, it's the book we see in the intro. This is my diary. Not the intro, but on the title screen. The title screen is Magda holding her diary against the tree. It's a shame about the culty oppression because it seems like a nice dorm. It really does. It's a nice living arrangement. It's a shame about the occult with the oppressive rules. After I narrowly avoided the consequences of my assembly, Grace gave this to me as a gift. She said diaries help people cope with troubling thoughts. She thought it would help me, too. Since then, I've used this diary religiously every day, but Grace has never seen what I've written. Grace is my close friend, but I don't know if she'd like... never mind. Don't think about things you can't control, Magda. Just focus on your writing. Right. Okay. My mind's buzzing with stressful thoughts right now. This happens. Need to focus on the positives. Yeah, positives. What was one good thing that happened to me today? Well, I guess there's this morning. Right, here we go. Dear Diary. Today, working in the arts sector was a lot of fun. Made a lot of progress with my piece. The Paradise Tree theme I've come up with is really nice, and I love drawing so many beautiful birds. Maria was very supportive of my work, too. She's so kind and gentle to me. None of the other sex would give me a second chance, but she willingly took me on. Really happy she gave me the opportunity to prove myself. I hope she's doing okay despite everything that happened today. I love her. She's beautiful, generous, and talented. I want to be together with her. The Haven would never allow it, though. Members and heads can't be anything more than friends. The potential for manipulation, abuse, and unfair treatment is too much for our community to risk. This implies that the Haven would be okay with their normal members. Yeah, this implies that the Haven would be okay with their normal members being in relationships, just not the power dynamic of a head and a member. That's shockingly reasonable of the Haven in that respect. And besides, would she want me back like I want her? Anyways, back to pining. I don't know. So I'll just keep those thoughts here, safely locked away. That's the best thing I can do right now. Signed, Magda. It spiraled into something far less positive than I wanted. At least I wrote something, I guess. Oh, she knocked. There's a knock. The door slowly opens. Grace. Grace is back. Her afternoon activities must have tired her out because she walks very slowly into the room. Hey, Grace. Busy day? Grace nods silently. Oh, are you writing in your diary again? Yeah, it's really useful. Thanks for giving it to me. Hehe, I'm glad I could help. Actually... Oh? This is a rather weird question, but what? I've been wondering for a while. Magda, would you ever let me take a look at what you've written? I know the diary's meant to be, private to you and all, but, I remember that you were a really great writer. I was wondering whether I could read some of your writing for myself. Oh, wow, that's rather sudden. I mean, Grace has always been my closest friend. I'm not completely against showing her my personal writing. Indeed, the small book that's on my lap contains all my existing work. After my assembly, all my writing sect stories were destroyed. But, I'd rather not show her a lot of the stuff I wrote in my diary. It could make her nervous. Come on, Magda, you need to give Grace some sort of explanation, quick! You see... I don't put anything important in there. I haven't written anything great since I left the writing sect. This is just an outlet for my feelings. Grace squints her eyes. She's clearly not convinced by my excuse. She's known me for a long time. Why would she be? Sorry, Magda. Not sure I believe you. It's okay, though. If you really don't want to show me, I'll just get ready for bed. Look she gives me makes me pretty uncomfortable. Yeah. Does she think I'm up to something? That's not a friendly... This is becoming not a friendly ask here. I don't really want to make Grace suspicious of me, so maybe it wouldn't hurt me to show her one entry, right? No, wait. I'll show you. Just let me find something, alright? Just one condition. I'm the one turning the pages, okay? Grace nods gently with a small smile. Okay. I trust you. Are you sure about that? Breathe a sigh of relief, then pick the book up, shielding it from Grace's view. Looking through the pages for something safe to show, I landed on an entry from a couple weeks ago. Alright, this one should be okay. Place the book back down on my lap and swivel it around for Grace to read. When I wrote this, the art sect wasn't busy with projects. Took the day to wander through the haven and enjoy the scenery. What about the plants and the animals that I saw on that long and pleasant stroll? You think she might have been put up to this? That's entirely possible. Squirrels and blackbirds, rose hips and elms, blue skies and warm, gentle sunshine, among other things. Grace stares at the pages, mesmerized. Oh, wow. You really are a beautiful writer. Why haven't you written another book? I'm sure the writing sect would... Oh. I forgot. Yeah, the writing sect made a point of not wanting me back. Especially with Saris around. She'd gut me if I tried openly writing anything again. I don't mention this to Grace. Don't know how she feels about Saris. But Grace, I can still do this in private. This and the work I do for the art sect is enough for me. You gave me another chance. I'm happy I can still stay here with you. Yeah, I understand. And I'm happy that I gave you that chance. Same. I get up from my bed to tuck my diary back in its bookshelf crevice. I sigh in relief. That didn't go as badly as expected. Why was I nervous around Grace anyways? I trust her. She saved me from an assembly. Oh, Grace did, eh? And more importantly, she's my closest and dearest friend. Yeah, you might be onto something there, Dark. There might be some case of, She is our assembly parole officer. Yeah, under the guise of our best friend. I can trust her. I stretch my arms, still standing in front of the bookshelf. So, Grace, are you going to get ready for bed? Yes. Why do you ask? Can I come with you? To the bathrooms? If that's alright, I don't mind. Just remember to bring your soap, shampoo, or pajamas. I won't forget this time. We'll see about that. Anyways, we should get going before they get crowded. You know how we're about to hit the peak time. Right. I'll get my stuff straight away. After we wash up and get changed, we settle down into bed. On the top bunk, Grace is reading an architectural textbook. There's small candle lighting the pages nearby. I'm really tired for today, so I'm going to head to bed. I crawl under my sheets and curl up tight in the comforting dark of our room. Hey, Grace? Yes, Magda? Good night. If I don't see you in the morning tomorrow, have a good day. You're very kind, Magda. You have a good night as well. I smile. I'm really lucky to have a friend like Grace. I don't know what I'll do without her. With those warm thoughts on my mind, I drift into a peaceful sleep. Meanwhile, I'm dreaming. I know I'm dreaming. Everything here looks like it does in life. Yet the world around me is like the spiderwebs that grow in undusted corners of the dorm room hallways. Beautiful but easy to destroy. Somehow, though, this dream feels different. It feels as though I'm viewing a projection. I can't interact with anything or anyone in front of me. It's almost like being in front of a movie, just without the crammed wooden benches and the whirs of a research sect projection machine. All I can do is watch and listen. Oh, hey, there's our smug angel. I love them. Someone is there, sitting on clouds far up in the sky, looking down at something, cheek propped up on one hand. Wrinkled brow and lips pursed in a tiny frown. They're clearly upset by whatever they see down below. Wait, they look familiar. They're that being I saw in the mysterious building. The long gold hair, the pale skin, the wing ears, they're all the same. And yet, they're not. Here they look healthier? Younger? Very much alive? I wonder, where do they end up down there anyways? Suddenly, someone approaches the being. All I can tell is that they are tall. The shadow they cast is long and dark, but no matter how hard I try to catch a glimpse of their appearance, I just can't. They've got some aura. An aura that forces my hair to stand on end and my eyes to look down and away. Like my body subconsciously deems me unworthy of seeing them. They are clearly someone old and powerful. Kind of like Lady Amaris, only even scarier and more unknowable. Oh, my child, why do you look to the earth once more? The being flinches but does not turn back. Their eyes look upwards, acknowledging the arrival of the unfathomable presence behind them. The state of the world saddens me. Every day, everywhere, humankind tears itself to pieces. They are becoming ensnared by unspeakable evils and losing sight of all the good things good and just. Why are we no longer able to help and guide them? How many times must I repeat myself? Higher powers should no longer intervene in humanity's affairs. Our relationship to them is not like it was 2,000 years ago. If we descended now as we have done in the past, our sacred powers and abilities would be revealed and stripped away from us. They have moved past revealing us so that they can fulfill their selfish exploits. Yes, I know. My child, do not roll your eyes at me. Is camera angle between God's legs? Yes. Yes. There's a reason we enforce this rule so strictly. Let us say you descend to one of many human civilizations that dwell beneath the clouds. You arrive, making yourself known, and then promptly announce that you will save them from evil by freeing them from their vices. How do you think they would react? They would react happily? I mean, if I knew someone was showing me a path to paradise on Earth, I would be overjoyed to walk it. But you're not a human, are you? Oh. Humans do not behave like higher powers. Over millennia, I have observed how they have taken every opportunity that could have changed their ways. So allow me to tell you how they would respond. They would laugh. They do not see the harm they cause to others as wicked, as long as they benefit from it in the end. They would jeer at you and drive you out from their settlements. They do not like their new status quo to be challenged. And when they realize you are indeed a valuable resource and not merely some foolish false prophet, they would capture you so that they could use you. They will perform experiments on you so that your mysteries are unveiled. They will learn about your abilities, your strengths, and your weaknesses. They will use you as a means to an end. They will take everything they can and leave nothing left of your mind, body, or soul. If they're not satisfied with consuming one higher power, they will use what they have learned to invade the higher realm and devour us all. Do you see why descending to them is an act of sheer foolishness? Oh. Humans cannot possibly be as evil as you say they are. Oh. It is natural to feel empathy for the inhabitants of a world we have overseen for millennia. But your views will no doubt change as you age. One day you will realize just how much we higher powers now stand to lose. I see. Thank you. Bear in mind what I've stressed to you. Your home must always come first, young O. Oh, nods. The tall figure disappears, dissolving into the very air like a mirage. Daddy must go now. Your home must always come first, young O. Idiot. There's nothing to learn from your stupid lectures. I can't take powers like you seriously. You all just hide in the clouds and pretend nothing is happening while the world burns below. Isn't it our duty to protect and guide humankind? Every day I see more cities destroyed over the pettiest of conflicts. More massacres. More deadly weapons. I can't take this. Nobody in the realm is doing what they should be anymore. Even the eldest of elders are shying away from their sworn duties. Then a youngster will have to teach by example. And if they try to stop me, well, it's my sacred duty. Don't you agree? Magda? Dream stops. Before I can process everything I just witnessed, it's morning. I'm awake once again. I rub my eyes. What was all that? Was that really just a dream? Did I have a vision? Surely I didn't eat anything funny yesterday, right? Foraging tropes into the forest sometimes beset and find wild species of mushroom for the forest, or the mushrooms we usually cook and eat. Typically dry and store them all with all the other foods in the communal kitchen larder. Occasionally, this means that dinner ends up making a few Haven members act weird for a day or so. They see things that aren't there, or dream of something so vividly that they think it actually happened in reality. Or in layman's terms, they trip balls. But the scope of their visions never goes beyond the Haven. This island is your world, you've got no other point of reference. Yet my dream took place way up in the clouds, in a place I had never seen, much less traveled to. And no visions I have heard about have ever been about a being like the one I had seen. This being who knew about my name, somehow. What was their name again? Oh, right. Oh. Last night I tried to forget that I visited them by talking with Grace and getting some good sleep. I ended up dreaming about them instead. It's like my thoughts are drawn to their presence. Somehow I want to be near them again. I feel a nagging urge to go back outside and visit them once more. Are they making me feel this way? Is this urge, or those abilities I heard about in my dream? Ugh, it's too early in the day for all this. Last night I promised myself that I wouldn't go back outside. I nearly got caught. Can't risk that again. Not unless I want to be the center of another assembly. I don't want to let Lady Amaris down. Give Ceres and Eve more reasons to... Well, if they found out what I did yesterday, they'd definitely come after me. I'll find some new way to make the rest of the Haven ostracize me. Maybe even beat me up behind the art sect building. I don't want to go through that. So I need to forget about this vision, or dream, or whatever it is. About this... person. They're trying to get me to think about them or not. I have a pure mind, a pure heart. I can control my curiosity. Right. Now, with that out of the way, let's make today a good day, shall we? Down to business. After giving my arms and legs a nice long stretch, I hop out of bed. I dress myself and head to the bathroom near my room. There, I clean my teeth, wash my face, and brush my hair. Once I'm ready for the day, I tie on my hair ribbons. I love them a lot. They're adorable and they match my uniform. Even now, when most people try to stay away from me, I still want to give them a good impression and to continue working well for our community. Afterwards, I make my way through the dorm hall. Since the arts sect's work starts fairly late, most of the dorm rooms are empty. Most of the members are eating breakfast or starting work in their sects. Grace is likely working already, so I never see her when I wake up. I hope she's doing okay with that project. Grace is a night owl, so I don't think she enjoys getting up early. Once I make my way to the end of the dorm hallway, I push open the front door and walk out of the building. The cafeteria is 5 minutes away. The time I enter it, it's still breakfast time. Thank goodness. At one of the dining stations, I pick up a bowl of rolled oats, an orange juice box, a red apple, and a spoon. Then I go outside and sit at one of the many empty benches dotted around the dining complex. There are benches inside too, but the sun's out today. I'd be ashamed to miss out on such beautiful weather. With my spoon, I gather a clump of oats with my bowl and shove them in my mouth. As I eat them, I take in my surroundings. I wonder who else is eating here this morning. And they are familiar faces from the writing sect. We used to hang out with each other, exchanging tips and reading over exciting snippets of new works. Nowadays, their animated conversation grows quiet whenever I approach, and they turn away when I try to say hello. At this point, I don't really care who I sit with anymore. Eating alone has its own perks. Though, speaking of sitting with people, who else is here today? I swivel around in my seat, chewing on my oats. Let's see who's behind me. Oh God, no. Didn't think they would be here now. Hello. Usually Ceres and Eve eat super early. One of them was partially why I started eating later in the day. No one bothers you when there's barely anyone around. Today I didn't expect them to grab breakfast right after me. I think I'll just finish my rolled oats here. Yeah, I'll finish them up, then grab everything else and go. And carry the apple and juice with me. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Lucky they won't notice me. Sneak right past them and slap Ceres in the face. Yeah. Look at her, chatting to her friends, not a care in the world. She knows what she did to me behind closed doors. Back in the writing section, she took my old stories and shredded them so that I couldn't take them home like everyone else. She used my personal work to make me the center of an assembly. Made sure that all of it was destroyed. When I didn't get taken away, she beat me so hard that I couldn't move for a week. Ceres deserves hell. She's a jealous, spoiled bitch who lashes out at me when she doesn't get her way. In fact, she deserves way more than just a slap. That two-faced, these thoughts. I've never had thoughts like these before. Oh wait, Eve's there too. Seems like she's really taking her time with that porridge of hers. Why don't I help her hurry up and shove her face in it? That cowboy's act so high and mighty, so maybe eating like an animal will humble her. She loved rubbing it in how much better Ceres' trash writing was during that assembly. I swear Eve's like Ceres' lapdog. The head of the research sect, the beck and call of a lower-ranking member. How shameful. She's the reason I had an assembly. No, hold on. Hold on. Where the hell are these thoughts coming from? I hate Ceres and Eve, but I've never thought anything like this before. No, wait. It's a stupid question. I already know, don't I? Those special abilities. That being, in the basement. Those thoughts are from them, aren't they? I am in your head, urging you to kill. Wherever they're from, they're putting me at risk. There's a lot of that going on my playthroughs lately. There's a lot of I am in your head, urging you to kill. Putting me at risk. Best thing I can do is resist them. No matter what Ceres and Eve did to me, I can't make room for any violent impulses. So Ceres is using Eve and the assemblies to force people out who she is jealous of, essentially. Makes me wonder what's going on with Sarah, if there's something ongoing. Yeah, blah. If there is something going on with Ceres and Grace. I must be good. I will be good. I'm a member of the Haven. Raised and fed me because it cared for me. I must show the same kindness it care in turn. Must resist this temptation. Must be pure of heart and mind. Quickly I pile rolled oats onto my spoon and shovel them into my mouth. Over and over and over and over. Can't focus on anything else but eating my food. Can't give room for those thoughts to come back. Make me insane. It is Evil Woman Month. Yes. Although honestly, Magda's a good girl. She doesn't want to have these evil thoughts. But she's got an angel in her. She's got an angel whispering in her ear, telling her to give them what they deserve. I'm in no state to finish my apple and juice here. Just take them with me. I can have them on my way to work. Need to get out of here now. The sooner the better. I hurry straight to the Arts Sec's building, all the while sucking down my orange juice. Angel on each shoulder saying, "Yes! Kill!" The apple remains untouched, and in the end, I decide to save it as a mid-morning snack. Got to the cafeteria around 8:30 a.m. So if that's the case, and it took me an hour to eat, work should be starting by now. Right. No more bad thoughts, just painting. Let me take a deep breath. In. It's for payback's sake. Is it really evil? I mean, exactly. It's It goes against the rules of the Haven, but it is very much deserved. Take a deep breath in and out. Yeah, there you are, Magda. Let's make the rest of the day a good one. Push the door open and walk into the studio. Oh, I vaguely remember the scene that happens next here from the demo. Everyone else is collecting their tools and going to their studio spaces. Work has definitely started. Nothing suit I go to my personal shelf. Take out my watercolor pencils and sketchbook and make my way over to my studio space. Okay, day's work. I'll continue to develop my painting project. Maria liked this thumbnail the most, so I'll draft its color scheme before I start painting the final piece. Birds on the tree look so beautiful. Can't wait to pick out their colors today. I think that a year ago I came to the art sect, unsure if I'd ever love making art. Before that, writing had been my sole, all-consuming passion. Being forced out of the writing sect was painful. Now, though, I've grown to really treasure drawing. Also, shout out to the writing sect and art sect juxtaposition. Hello, twofold. Instead of words, I could capture my surroundings and my feelings with beautiful shapes, delicate lines, and vibrant colors. Maria was kind enough to let me into her sect, despite the stigma that lingered around me. This was far before twofold, but I can only try to be better where I am, after everything she's done for me. I want to produce work that she and Lady Amaryllis can be proud of. I was going to say, this was far before twofold, but Mado did go on to do a ton of work with testing and marketing and production. Both worlds are connected. No. Mado put this out well before twofold, but Mado did go on to do a ton of testing and promotion and work on with the twofold team, so I enjoy that. Would to produce work that she and Lady Mars can be proud of, but mostly her. Mostly Maria. I've come a long way over 1 year. But, speaking of Maria, she'd normally make an effort to visit each studio by now, just to check on our progress. But she's not feeling well. Today she's just sitting in a corner of a side room, staring outside an open window into the forest. I wonder why... of course. I can't believe I nearly forgot about yesterday. Gel must be on her mind. Losing someone you cared about is never easy. Assemblies may be common, but the fallout after them is hard. I wish I could do something to put her mind at ease. Red voice. Nothing's stopping me. There's no reason I can't just get up from my seat to go comfort her. I thought I was done with these stupid thoughts. At least they're non-violent this time. But still, I wish they'd just leave me alone. No. Why? Why? By dismissing my feelings. I know deep down what she is to me. Got a window of opportunity now. I should take advantage of it. I could go to her. I could wrap my arms around her gently, give her a soft kiss on the crown of her head, hold her warm hands interlacing our fingers together. Thought about something like this for so long. Maybe if I'm lucky, maybe in her need for comfort, she'll let me tell her how I really feel. I don't care if relationships between heads and members are forbidden. Now that Jail is gone, I want her to know that I'll be there for her. I want her to know how much she means to me. How much I owe my happiness to her. I want her to know how deeply I want her. How I loved her in my fantasies about her at night. And please, I can't deal with this anymore. Lamb just actually sent me a clip from Higurashi. It makes sense in context. Oh boy. It is Akasaka being a champ. Honestly, that's relatable. It was trying to steal your girl over there. Didn't know angels were horny as hell. I cheat. I get up from my stool and march toward the bathroom. Need to wash my face. With some force, I wrench one of the old rusty sink faucets open. The pipes gurgle below, and soon a steady stream of water rushes out from the tap. I cup my hands and put them under the gushing stream. In my palms, the cold water rises fast. I look at Discord, I see Akasaka, and I say, I will not ignore this. Tell Lamp that the AC in my car is really nice. They should get in, and we can discuss this further. I cup my hands and put them under the gushing stream. In my palms, the cold water rises fast. Quickly I splash the water on my face. Once, twice, 3 times. Again. Keep on splashing until all I can think about is the coolness around my soaked collar, hair, and face, and the sound of the water flowing way down the sink pipes. Right. After cooling down like this, those thoughts should leave me well alone. I'll just take a look in the mirror and see where I need to dry off. Huh? Hey, girl. How you doing? My reflection isn't my own. A golden face stares back at me, smiling serenely, fingers frozen in a beckoning curl. Oh? I squeeze my eyes shut and shake my head. I open them, I see my own reflection once more. They really want me to remember them, huh? Angel on that demon time. I can't go back outside. I don't want to get into trouble again. I really don't. This is getting frightening. I don't know what'll happen if I continue ignoring O's presence. They said they had mystical power. I close my eyes and shake my head. In other words, oh no, it's magic. Other than that, this is my strange dream last night. They haven't done anything weird to me yet. Somehow, though, my gut tells me that they'll get me into serious trouble, in one way or another. Maybe going back is for the best. I don't know what they're capable of. They might force me to do something terrible. They might make me act on my impulses. Only one of these options is in my control. The other is surrounded by all sorts of uncomfortable uncertainties. Guess I have no choice. Need to go back. Tonight. I only hope I don't get caught. The rest of the morning proceeds in a fairly standard fashion. I figured out the colors I wanted to use for the birds. They're bright and cheerful. If Maria sees them, I hope they would make her feel a little better. I didn't get any more strangers' thoughts either, which was a relief. Yet I feel an underlying sense of dread. I still have to follow through with my dangerous decision. Can't imagine what O would do to me if I bailed at the last second. I feel like O is searching for someone who they can influence to, like, free them from their lab imprisonment. I don't know what exactly they will do in revenge for their imprisonment once they get trapped. But alas, outside, here I come. I'll go get dinner afterwards. Yeah, just go see my friend Angel. Actually, is it an O or a 0? I can't tell for sure. Good point. It might be a 0. Because it's just looking at that O. It might be a 0. You might be right. Just need to make sure that no one sees me or hears me or knows I've left in the first place. Yeah, be very, very careful. If this goes well, I can pretend that none of this ever happened and return to my normal life. No one will suspect me. Continue painting with Maria. Continue talking with Grace. My business as usual once again. Unlock level 0. I put away my project materials and leave the art sect. Last time a forest path near the assembly building got me outside. I look hard enough in that area again. I should find... Yeah, this is definitely a 0. 0's building. I straighten my back and puff out my chest. There's no turning back now. That I march toward the assembly building with as much confidence as I can muster. I can convince them to leave me alone for good. My normal life in the Haven will stay normal. Yeah, that's the plan. I will not go insane because of them. This ends with... Oh. Oh no. This is bad. Very, very bad. Knew that something was off with Magda. Didn't think following her would lead to... this. After what Magda went through, I never thought she'd break the Haven's rules again. What? What am I supposed to do now? I know I'm supposed to tell Lady Amaris about suspicious behavior. That's a critical Haven rule. But Magda's my... Don't want to see you get hurt again. What to do?